So, tell me where the parking deck demolition is at today.
The status is they're just about finished with the demolition of the fourth span. You can see they're closing in on the end of the fourth span, and once that's all down, then the activities will shift to removing the causeway material. And that's projected to start on Friday.
Okay. After it's all down, how long will it take for them to move the causeway out?
Well, they estimate 1 to 2 weeks.
Okay. And then you told me a little bit about how they're going to fill in some of the deeper pockets in the river and trying to make it more uniform. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Well, one of the requirements is to restore the river bottom, the river bed, to approximately the same elevation as it was before the demolition project. And to accomplish that, they did a pre-demolition survey, so they have a baseline to work off of or try to duplicate. So when they finish hauling up and kind of during the removal of the causeway, they check the grade and compare it to the pre-demolition survey and make sure that it's reasonably close. And if you recall, we started on the east side and are working our way to the west side here, and they've been carrying a grade across the river bottom to maintain that riverbed depth that was there prior to the demolition. And their work is as precise as they can make it. You know, they can't see what they're doing, so there's going to be some undulations on the river bed and probably some short, low ridges that will kind of be a lot like what was there during the pre-demolition survey. And there was a lot of pockets, a lot of areas that were scoured out over the years. And scour is just a form of erosion that occurs in rivers. And these deeper scour holes will be filled in to some extent with their grading of the riverbed. Okay. So when all said and done, the river should be clean of all the demolition debris and reinforcing steel, and the river bottom should be pretty close to the way it was, and maybe even a little more uniform since those scour pockets will be filled in.
Can you tell me a little bit about the river depth? I understand it looks like the river has risen quite a bit since you started. Is that true?
Yeah. The pre-demolition survey was done in November of 2016. And actually, at that time, the river was quite high. Then in early January, the river elevation dropped about 1.5 feet from what was from the elevation in November. And now it's back up again to about the elevation that it was in November. The river depth varies. There's pockets that are as deep as about 14 feet, and those are where the scour holes have occurred. Minimum depths are roughly 3.5 feet, and average depths are probably right around 6 to 8 feet.
Has the fluctuating water created any weird challenges as they've gone through the demolition?
No. The hope was that the water level would go down, and in early January, it appeared that was the case. But since early January, the water level has come back up, and what that means is just faster currents, more causeway material, and kind of more of a challenging project.
I see that there's still an entrance to the river from the east side. There's one on the west side now. When is that going to be closed up?
Well, those entrances will be left in place until the entrance or the ramp on the east side will be left in place until 2018. And the work that's proposed to happen on the east side of the river is proposed for 2018, and that ramp will help facilitate that work. this ramp on the west end here, on the west side at the south end, that'll go away by the end of this year with the improvements that are proposed to happen this year.